What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best ways to use your NFL mock draft vouchers and earn free rewards in MUT 23. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So today is draft day and you're running out of time to use those NFL draft vouchers, so we're going to show you the picks that we're using them on. I tried to hold off until like the last minute in case any other trades happened. Obviously the Aaron Rodgers trade to New York flip-flopped the 15th and 13th pick, and I was wondering and waiting to see if more trades would happen throughout the day. I'll guarantee you that somebody or some teams within the first 14 picks are going to trade either up or down. So that's what makes this really difficult. Let's talk about how you get these draft vouchers, because you have until 7 p.m. Eastern time to do exactly what I'm doing in this video. If you guys were unaware, we'll explain it all to you. First, you're going to go down to your solo challenges and you want to play the mock draft solos. They took me a total of about 20 minutes to get all of them done. Most of them very easy, very quick, not time consuming. I think like the last one, you got to chew clock a little bit, but for the most part, to get all 13 of these solos done, about 15 to 20 minutes, and you're going to get 13 draft vouchers. You do have to max out all of the stars on these. 4 stars on each solo gives you the mock draft voucher. Again, you get 13 from 13 solos. The 14th one would have come from a welcome pack, so when you first logged in last Thursday when this promo came out, that pack would have contained it. If you didn't open up the pack, you can still open it up. It should be in your unopened packs, and that would give you your 14th voucher. So the free rewards that you earn are going to be based off of the number of correct picks you get with your mock draft vouchers, and here is the entire guide of what rewards you get based on the correct number of picks. So obviously if you can go 14 for 14, that's going to give you the best rewards, but none of you, if not any, a few of you maybe, but it's very tough to get that, especially when trades are factored in and you don't know what those trades could and might be. I mean, if you can predict that as well, I feel like you deserve even more than what they're giving you here on this list. But the sweet spot is probably like 9 to 11 correct out of 14 would be really good. A 95 plus pack, or your choice between 1 out of 32 first round players, which would basically mean you get a 99 overall, because you'd probably want to take the first round guy. I think ideally the majority of us are probably going to hit somewhere between 7 and 9, and in this video we're going to go ahead and make our picks. So you're going to go over to your item sets after you earn your vouchers from playing the solos, and you can go to program mock draft, and basically what you see here, right, is that you're going to have a voucher, and for the first overall pick, if you think it's going to be a quarterback, you would put it in the quarterback set. If you think it's going to be halfback, tight end, or wide receiver, or defensive back, or offensive line, you put it into this set. So for me, and I think everybody, we pretty much know the Panthers are going to take a quarterback, and I feel pretty confident that it's going to be Bryce Young. Now with this whole system, it doesn't matter what the player is, you're just guessing the positional group. So we're going to go ahead and put our first voucher in at quarterback, and if there was one that was an absolute lock, this is probably the one, right? First pick to the Panthers being a quarterback. Now, once you put that voucher in for the very first pick, you're going to get a collectible back. Eventually, this collectible is what you're going to need to put to with all of the other collectibles you earn, assuming you get picks right, and those will be traded in for the rewards we showed you a moment ago. But after you do the first pick, you're going to see that that entire row disappears, and now when this ever loads up, if it ever does here, now we only have the second pick choices to go through, and that's where the Houston Texans are going to land. Now, I don't think they go quarterback. They do have a second pick within the first 14, which can make things interesting there. As far as trades go, you have to think that the second best player in the draft, or the best defensive player in the draft, is Will Anderson, and he would be considered an edge rusher. Now, could somebody trade up to try to jump the Colts at number 4, who is probably going to be interested in a quarterback? The Cardinals have the 3rd pick. I don't think they're going to go quarterback considering they have Kyler Murray, but could this be a pick that's traded? I don't think so. I feel like Will Anderson is the best bet here, so I'm going to go edge rusher for pick number 2 on our mock draft. Pick number 3 is very tough for the reason I kind of just explained here. Does somebody try to jump the Colts to get a quarterback? because the Colts are probably going to pick a quarterback and the Cardinals don't need one. Could they move back and maybe accumulate a couple more picks and, you know, slide back a few spots? Who knows? I don't know. The other name that I've seen in a lot of mock drafts here for the Cardinals is going to be Tyree Wilson out of Texas A&M, which is another edge defender or edge rusher. So I almost want to, because I know I'm not going to get 14 out of 14, right? I almost want to go with QB at 3 and 4 just to cover our bases on any potential trades that could happen and teams trying to jump the Colts. I'm going to go edge rusher just in case. Another, you know, situation could be that for whatever crazy reason, Will Anderson falls back a slot and then somebody's going to go ahead and pick him at number 3. So the edge rusher, regardless if it's Tyree or Will Anderson here, is probably going to be a safe pick at numbers 2 and 3 within this draft. And then we get to another kind of gap or run where we could see a handful of quarterbacks at number 4. Like I said, that's the Colts pick. I don't know what quarterback they're going to go with, but they're definitely going quarterback. So that one, we're going to make our selection very, very fast. At pick number 5, we have Seattle, and I know that Geno Smith just re-signed a contract for 2 or 3 years. I think it's 3, but an option to get out in 2. I don't think, and I can't see Pete Carroll going with a QB this early in the game, and then earlier in the draft. And then, of course, you have Jalen Carter, a little bit of question issues on him, but Pete Carroll loves defense. I think without a doubt he's going to go defense here. Again, you know, with trades, could somehow Tyree Wilson be there at number 5 for him, or will they go defensive line with Jalen Carter? And I think that's the route I'm going to go. So number 5 with the Seattle Seahawks, we're going to go non-edge DL, which would be Jalen Carter out of Georgia, and we will go ahead and place our collectible in there. So now we got 5 out of 14 locked in, and we're going to get into some very tradable positions now, I think, with a lot of this draft order. The Lions at number 6 could go quarterback, and Jared Goff would be the quarterback for the next year or 2, but they could be drafting a QB knowing that he's going to sit the bench and watch for a little while and eventually take over that spot. And I think Jared Goff's due a lot of money, so they'd probably be getting rid of him sooner than later if they went with a quarterback here. I think the other position of need for them, and a lot of times you don't want to draft off of just need only, especially with an early pick like this, but you know, they got rid of Jeff Okudah. I know they picked up CJ Gardner-Johnson. I don't know if they're going to have him play defensive back. I don't know if they're going to play safety or cornerback, but I just have to think either Witherspoon, and there's one other cornerback out there. I think they're going to go DB, but I would not be mad or surprised if you guys go with QB here, again, just to cover your bases, or, you know, in case somebody trades up into this spot and Detroit might be willing to move back because defensive backs could still be available a couple picks later. So the 7th pick belongs to the Raiders, and this is another one where I feel pretty good that a quarterback's going to go there. Another thing you might want to think about, and I kind of just mentioned it, but with that 6th pick in Detroit, Tennessee is not too far behind in this order, and I know they're probably in the market for a quarterback as well. So would they try to jump the Raiders, and would the Lions be willing to maybe move back a couple spots? Their quarterback of need could still be there, and then Tennessee would get the quarterback of their choice, or at least beat out the Raiders for quarterback. So these are all things you think about, and you have no idea how it's going to go. But at 7, I feel pretty confident, assuming that the Raiders are still picking there, that they will be going with a quarterback. So that's where we're going to lock it in. At number 8, we have the Atlanta Falcons, and there has been some draft news going around this week that they might be interested in Bijan Robinson. So will they go halfback with the number 8 pick? We know they don't need a quarterback. Tennessee's still a little behind them that could potentially move up, but at this point I don't think there's any teams between the Falcons at 8 and Tennessee, which I think is 11. I don't think there's any teams that are going to be going a quarterback that they would need to jump to make that move. You could also take a look at offensive linemen for the Falcons. Also, Nolan Smith is out there, so this one is really a tough one. And another potential here is that the Eagles and Howie Roseman could trade to move up to jump the Bears to get Paris Johnson, because we have a couple teams that need offensive linemen, and though we're not an immediate need, and I say we as in the Eagles, for an offensive lineman, Lane Johnson isn't getting any younger, so that could definitely be a move that's made. So with all that said, I still don't know where I'm going to go at this point, but I'm just going to go halfback because of the Bijan Robinson news and information, and also hopefully to reverse jinx it and hope that the Eagles don't take him, because if you haven't read the whiteboard, I don't want him at 10. The Bears have the number 9 pick. I'm going offensive lineman. Like I said, Paris Johnson is going to be there. The Eagles might have to move up to get him. The Bears probably want him, and they probably want to build around Justin Fields, and that's going to start with, you know, a top 10 pick at offensive line. So I'm going to go that route there, and then we get to the Eagles pick, and I mean, this one is tough, right? Because Bijan Robinson's in the conversation. If Paris Johnson is there, he's in the conversation. You also look at defensive players, like we could use a cornerback, not immediately, but in the future there. So I know Howie's probably planning ahead of time. I doubt Jalen Carter is available at that point, but I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, if he is, because of his character issues, that the Eagles make a play there. There's just so many options that the Eagles can go with. I'm going to go offensive line. It won't be a sexy pick. It won't be a fun pick, but I don't really know how this draft order is going to shake out. I just feel like it's a Howie thing to do right now, because he's, you know, building around the future and Jalen Hurts and getting another really good offensive lineman to eventually just be waiting there under Lane Johnson and eventually to take over. Seems like the thing to do. At 11, we have the Titans. I really think they end up trading up. I don't know why, but I just think they do. So, you know, if not, and they're not going after a quarterback this draft, or at least this early, do they go wide receiver with JSN out of Ohio State, which is another player I've heard the Eagles kind of be interested in and maybe favored after going. So I'm going to go wide receiver at this position, just because I feel like somebody's either going to move up to take him, or the Titans are going to take him, or the Titans have already traded up, and this is going to end up being somebody else's pick. Pick number 12 belongs to the Texans. I already had the second pick in the draft, went with the defensive end in our mock draft, and I think a lot of people's, do they go wide receiver in JSN if he's still there, because Tennessee goes with a quarterback? Again, I'm going to try to just, you know, shoot as many darts and hope that they land here. I know I'm not going 14 for 14, so at 12 for the Texans, who I don't even know who they have to throw the ball to right now, I'm going to go JSN wide receiver here as well, just cover our bases. And then 13 is the Packers, and I literally have no idea what they're going to do. Do they try to get Jordan Love another weapon? Do they build the offensive line? Do they go after Nolan Smith, because he could still be available, and there's an edge rusher for them, though they have some decent edge rushers right now? I just truly don't know, but I am going to go edge rusher for the Packers at number 13, and the number 14 is the Patriots, and the Patriots just scream offensive lineman to me. So I have no idea why I'm making this pick, other than Bill Belichick's going to take the boring route here, and offensive linemen are necessary. But I think at 14, again, assuming no trades are there, it's going to be OL, or it's going to be like non-edge defensive lineman or edge defensive lineman, some type of guy in the trenches. So we're going to go offensive lineman here at 14. And of course, by the time that you're watching this video, if it's before 7 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday on draft day, more than likely a trade is going to occur. I tried to wait my longest to do this video, but I wanted to give you enough time to go in and make your picks as well after hearing my information in this video. But hopefully one of you watching this gets 14 out of 14. Good luck to everybody. Let me know what you disagree with or where I went wrong. I'm not a huge college football watcher. I've done my mock draft studies as much as I care to, and those are the picks that we're rocking with. Thank you for watching. My name is Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.